What's up, YouTube? Wayne here, back with another review for you. Hit that thumbs up and let's get into it. So, right now I'm going to be reviewing episode 1 and 2 of Power Rangers Dinofury. Honestly, I like the way the show is going. I love the cast. I don't like the theme song, but I love the cast. So, especially the Red Ranger. The Red Ranger, I think his character name in the show is Zato. He's played by Russell Curry. I mean, really down to earth. He's got this like serious demeanor, like he knows what he's doing. He's actually centuries old. The episode opens up with the Pink Ranger trying to find aliens because she works for a company called BuzzFeed. And what it is basically YouTube creators. They basically are trying to be what's hot, what's trending, what's not. So we can't do the things that people, want to do. It's the things that they want us, what they want us to do. The things like, hey, make more videos about this, make more videos about that. But she likes to ghost hunt, and so she goes to a place called Dino. I think it's like what Stonehenge is, Dino Henge. So they're gonna go off of any lore that is actually existing in real life right now in the real world. They're gonna try to transition it into the world, into the Power Rangers world. One thing is, like, Zato is like locked up for centuries, and he has been there. He's an alien from another planet, and he's been locked up. And his team has disappeared. Right. Cool thing is, they actually incorporate from the Boom Comics the Morphin Masters, so they have retconned and made that the original Rangers that came to Earth, which, you gotta see this scene. You gotta watch this episode where they actually show the Morphin Masters coming to Earth. Another cool thing is this year's Alpha 5 is a robot, is an android, but it's a dinosaur android. So, I mean, you're not gonna get you're not gonna get like the quib. She's a very serious character. I think her name is Salone. So I like her, but she seems a little bit incompetent. I don't know where her character arc is going to develop as the series goes on. Alpha was this lovable character that like changed over time from this like super robotic person that spazzed out to somebody the Rangers really care about. And I hope that they develop that characteristic with Salone and the Rangers there. We only got 3 Rangers at the start of this series. Cool thing is, they are actually trying to show that they have to learn to be Rangers. In the first episode, after they unlock Zato and the villain on the show is called Void Knight. He kind of reminds me of the Knight from Power Rangers Mystic Force, and he's got this whole plot to get these things called Sporex, and these Sporex are like little tiny eggs that gives us basically the monster of the week, right? And so he breaks into the command center. Yes, the bad guys know immediately where the command center is or wherever the hideout is, and he breaks in and he tries to get the Sporex. So Salone tries to wake up Zato from his coma, and she can't. And then as the Pink Ranger and she meets up with the Blue Ranger, they come into contact with each other up on Stonehenge, and they decide to go down and see what this thing is that's buried underground. And they run into Void Knight and his bad guys and his henchmen. Well, actually, the henchmen, the putties, were there to protect Zato, which, hey, it's pretty cool that you got this duality of people changing sides. I wonder if we're gonna have like an evil Green Ranger arc. I'm not sure what they're gonna do. But the Pink Ranger is played by Hunter Dino, and she is pretty cool. I like her. She plays Amelia, right? And then the Blue Ranger is played by Keanu Mayo. I'm sorry if I butchered that. I apologize. But he plays Ollie. And you see the dynamic between the two characters, and they seem like they have a little bit of chemistry going on. They seem like they got something, you know, maybe that will develop into a little bit more than a friendship later on in the episodes. Usually, you know, the Sixth Ranger gets the girl, but maybe the Blue Ranger and the Pink Ranger will have, you know, a little bit of a love connection. We don't know. But I love the tone of episode 1. I love the fact that they have to practice to learn. Like at the end of the episode, he's like, well, if you're going to be Power Rangers, Zeto's telling the Rangers, if you're going to be Power Rangers, you're going to have to train. They don't know what they're doing at being Power Rangers. They explain that they have martial artist training. Like I think they one took Taekwondo and one took karate for so many years. So they are experienced fighters, but they're not experienced in fighting aliens and people coming to destroy the Earth. But Zeto's like, dude, he's got this serious demeanor. He's like, hey, if you're gonna do this, you gotta train, because his team was lost trying to defend the Earth millions of years ago during the time of the dinosaurs. I really like the fighting music. It takes me back to like Action Boy now, Action Girl. It didn't really have like a whole, you know, song to it, but I'm hoping we get like some Go White Ranger, Go White Ranger, go, go, go White Ranger. So basically, the first introduction episode is just the team being introduced. They get introduced to the villain. They see the villain's purpose of being there. And then they get right. Like, I wanted to wait for 2 episodes to actually give my opinion, because I liked episode 1 so much. Episode 2 is not as good as episode 1, but you know what they do? They freaking bring back teleportation. I never understood why they got rid of it, why the Rangers couldn't teleport. And they're trying to make it more realistic, so there are residual effects from teleporting, like stomach aches, things like that, because you're, you know, moving at the speed of light through dimensional planes. You never know where they're going while they're in the teleporting beam. So I mean, even in I think Star Trek, I forgot what the new Star Trek series is. I watch it with my wife all the time. I love it. But they had issues when they first started teleporting. They're like, oh man, I mean, you're breaking up somebody's molecules, putting them back together in a different place. Teleportation should have a strain on your body and your physiology. So to make that actually pretty cool, I like that. And there's this thing where the Rangers aren't working together immediately. They're not like, oh, everybody knows what to do, let's fight. They practice in episode 2 the morphing sequence. They don't, I don't remember any time. Maybe in Operation Overdrive, they practiced a lot more, and the Rangers didn't have, you know, which is one of my favorite seasons. Is it Overdrive or it's one of the later seasons where the doctor who came back in Power Rangers Dino Fury, not Dino Fury, but the last Dino Power Rangers, the doctor that came back to show everybody it was the that was in Beast Morphers, that it was the Vengeance virus, whatever series that was with the Vengeance virus. That was the best season of Power Rangers as far as them growing up and having issues and fighting. It was very dark and very, you know, mature. Not mature that kids couldn't watch it, but mature on a higher level, where it's like, I'm not watching a kid show, I might be watching a teenage show, which I think Power Rangers should target its audience at the 11 to 12 year old. I mean, kids watch anime nowadays. Like, people love Dragon Ball, My Hero Academia, and those have some really dark undertones, some really hero leveled undertones. So I really like that. Like I said, the monsters are they come from this stuff called Sporex. In episode 2, what they don't get, one thing that they don't do is they don't have all the Rangers, when the monster grows big, be able to pilot their Zords immediately. Only the Red Ranger can pilot his Zord right now, right? I'm hoping they go to the hill with that. I'm hoping when Blue Ranger and Pink Ranger first get in their Zords, they crash into a mountain or something like that. That's realistic. It's like, how, like, oh well, they morph now they get all the knowledge of the past Rangers. No, they're not gonna do that. They have to, you know, take the training wheel. You have to put the training wheels on. I teach my son how to ride a bike. He has to ride with a training wheel. Once he learns how to ride with the training wheel, without the training wheel, I push him, he might fall like 6 times, you know? But once he gets it, he learns how to ride it. And once you know how to drive a Zord, you know how to drive it for life. So I think that is so cool. I think that the plots are gonna be decent. I think the writing is good. I think that the episodes are really, really good. So episode 2, they basically are practicing fighting and things like that. Red Ranger Zato, he actually goes out and he's the one who fights big, who uses the Zord, because the main T-Rex Zord has a battle form also, like the Tiger Zord did in the just basically the Tiger Zord, you know, that I remember that was that was a dinosaur in Ancient Eden that actually turned into and correct me if I'm wrong, that turned into something else, right? So he goes out and fight. They're fighting the little putties and stuff on Earth, and they got these upgrades with the Ranger keys, which I think are really cool. What do I recommend? What do I rate this show? I think this show, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 to 4 out of 5. You know, that's pretty high up there. I would have gave it a 5 out of 5 if episode 2 would have been as good as episode 1. But I really like it. I think you guys should watch it. I've had pictures of all the characters going the whole time that I've been talking. So, you know what? Give it a shot. Shout out. And hey guys, like, comment, and subscribe. And I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. And have a good one.